My name is Felix Akodazi, and today we will be talking on a conversation that we started last week, that is on spirituality versus religion. And Dr. Baffour Jan was here with us last week as he expounded on spirituality versus religion. And today we get to continue on this amazing topic. And Dr. Baffour Jan is here with us. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Fine evening.
You are looking amazingly well. All right, don't forget you are watching us on Lifestyle TV, and this time around expectation shows on Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. so make sure you tell your family and your friends that every Wednesday from 10:30 p.m. we are live. Yes, sir. Last week we spoke about spirituality and religion, and we were talking about things that we can do to suppress the outer man, I should say, or the things that bring the ego out, so that spirituality will come out. And you started talking about fasting, and you related it to the mind. Okay, so can we continue from there, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, if you fast the body and you don't fast the mind, you don't make any headway, no progress. You see, when we talk of progress, it means how much we get out of the bondage of mind and body. The spirit is the real you, and it has to come out of the bondage of the mind and the body. So most people fast the body, but the mind will be very active when they are fasting. And when it is like that, that fasting doesn't really give you the result.
Okay.
That is why I gave the example. Sometimes people under certain circumstances are compelled to fast the body.
Okay.
Let's say there is a war and people are running away from the battleground, and sometimes for days, maybe even a week or more, they have not even had a meal. And when it is like that, you cannot say they are becoming more spiritual. No, because at that time the mind was very active. They were in stress, in worry. They were always disturbing the mind. So as long as the mind is very active, fasting your body doesn't make any progress spiritually. Somehow, even if you are not fasting the body and you are able to fast the mind, there will be spirituality.
Okay.
One begins to realize some result. See, how to fast the mind is another subject of its own, and it is not, most of the time it's not available to the masses of people. All that they know is fasting the body, you see. But as you advance more and more spiritually, you fast the mind, not the body, see. And in fact, once the mind, if I say fasting the mind, what it means is that the mind is made to come to slow down. Once it slows down, you are fasting it. You are not allowing it to move, because it's addicted to moving, and you stop it. And of course it's a process, and I teach these things.
Okay.
You see. So once you are able to let the mind slow down, immediately your spirit comes up. That's why I was saying it's like a seesaw. When the mind goes down, the spirit comes up. When the mind is up, the spirit is at the background. It goes down. And in that process, the mind is controlling the body, controlling the spirit.
Okay.
But it should be the spirit controlling the mind and the body. You see, when you have a horse and it is connected to something like a chariot. Now, the horse should be in front and it can pull the chariot. But if you put the chariot in front and the horse behind it, then you go nowhere. And it's the same thing if you let the mind become very active over the spirit, then you go nowhere. So, and that is the confusion that the human is in. See? So, anytime the spirit is on top, then there is what we call intuition. That means inner tuition from the spirit is guiding the whole mission of life.
Okay.
You see, it's not the mind guiding, it is the spirit guiding. When the mind is guiding, it can't get information from spirit, so it takes the senses to derive information. So it is external information, but that is not the true education. The true education is not external knowledge, but deeper, where the spirit is giving the knowledge. In fact, all the discoveries that are making life comfortable and so on, people tap it from intuition, inner guidance from the spirit. See, they may use the mind over and over, and they come to the end of it. They can't go anywhere. And it is that time that the answers come from spirit. So it's just a kind of favor. They get the answers and then they say, wow. You see, that is the inspiration.
Okay.
Inspiration. That means in, actually.
Okay.
So these things we need to understand.
Okay.
And we seek a way to handle the mind, to let it come down, and then the spirit comes up. It's automatic. Once the mind comes down, spirit comes up. It's not something you seek for it to happen. Once the mind comes down, spirit comes up. And when spirit is dominant in your life, I mean, life is not as difficult as we used to think.
Okay.
Everything falls in place. Why? Because spirit is part of the perfection that we call God.
Okay.
So for that matter, it expresses itself, and that means perfection manifests.
Okay. The spirit expresses itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. When the sun is shining, everyone sees this is great brightness. But when clouds come to cover, then we can experience darkness at the other side. You see, clouds cover the sunlight. So there are things which becloud or cover the spirit's expression of itself. You are a spirit, and as you shine, there are things that come to cover. And these are the things we need to know. What are the things? So if clouds move away, the sun will shine bright.
Wow.
So if those things which cover your light move away, then you shine bright. And when you shine, it means the God nature in you is being expressed. And the God nature is what Christ was referring to as the fruits of the Spirit. You see, the Spirit has its nature. It is peace, peace, peace. It is love, love, love. It is joy, joy, joy. And for that matter, we have to have knowledge as to how we can clear the clouds. What are the clouds? In fact, any time you have negative emotion, it is a cloud.
Anytime you have negative emotions like
fear,
okay,
anger, You know them.
Jealousy,
Jealousy.
pride. Okay.
Yes. You see, when you have like sadness and all that, when it bears on you strongly, you see, like when sometimes one is in anxiety and he's itching like anything, the energy, the negative energy is upon you and continuous, and you sleep with it. You cannot actually sleep. All these things are forming crowds over your spirit, because those things are opposite to the nature of spirit.
Okay.
Spirit has no fear. Spirit cannot be angry. Spirit cannot be sad. Spirit cannot hate.
Okay.
You see, there are certain things in religion which are actually lower, and I'll explain.
They are in religion.
Yes.
They are actually lower.
Yes.
Okay.
For beginners on the journey. See, for example, somebody who is totally irreligious, he can hate a person and hate what he's doing. He hates both, the person and what he does.
What he does, okay.
Then you become religious, you hate the sin. You hate the sin, but you are not to hate the sinner. Are you getting me?
You hate the sin,
Yes.
but you don't hate the sinner. Okay.
In fact, that means you have advanced from the one who hates sin and hates the sinner. You advance from there, and you hate sin, but you don't hate the sinner. Then you advance to spirituality, and there's no hatred in you. So you don't hate anything. You can't hate. So even if you hate sin, it is hatred in you. I'm teaching you something which is really fantastic. People don't know these truths. The very advanced person has no hatred in him because he resembles God. God has no hatred.
But someone too will argue that in God there is both hatred and also, because God actually stated that he kills and gives life. He
Very
actually
good. Very good. The truth is this. He is beyond polarity. He projects polarity, so you have positive, negative, light, darkness, male, female, but he is beyond the polarity. So good and bad are projections within the creation, but he is beyond that. But we put those attributes on him in the early stages of religion. Are you getting me?
Getting.
Yes. But truly, when you get to that zone beyond the creation, then you are beyond polarity. So that is why I said when there is peace, it is fully expanded. It has no opposite. So when there is love, there cannot be hatred because that love is fully expanded. So where is the hatred? Truly, if you advance to the point where as gold you are separated from the dust, then you are pure gold. So the dust issues, see, so God is that pure gold. He's not mixed with the dust. The lower frequency is not mixed with it. You see, these things are very advanced topics.
Advanced, okay.
They are very advanced topics. But that is the reality. The human attribute, we push it on God as his attribute. But in actual fact, he is far beyond those things. He's far beyond. So, in truth, his love doesn't know sinner and the one in virtue. His love is his love. He loves all things that fall within his field equally. Look at the sun in the sky. The sun shining. It won't say, this one is evil, I won't shine on him. This one is good, I will shine on him. It just shines. And that is the nature of God. These are advanced topics, I'm telling you. So the human nature, we project it on God and we say he is like that. You see, but in actual fact, far beyond.
Far beyond that.
Yes.
Okay.
He's far beyond those things. In truth, when he projects the created world, it is just a tiny bit of his energy which is forming this creation that we see big.
When you talk about energy, so what do you mean by energy?
Very good. In actual fact, when you say energy, it is like something which actually brings about change, motion. You see, and we have potential. Potential means just before it comes into action. So spirit is potential energy. But then when it comes into action, it expresses itself. And then we have what in science we would say kinetic energy. That means energy in motion. You see. But truly, the frequency of spirit is absolute. Just fantastic. But it slows down to form the lower frequencies. So, in fact, all we need to do is to realize we are part of that spirit. And that we are here entangled in the lower frequency energies. And our aim, every soul, with every person within himself or herself, is yearning to be out of that bondage. So religion, everyone is having within his heart how he will be out of this bondage.
Bondage, okay.
But because they don't know how, people don't know how. So anything that you come across, you think if you do it, you in the long run attain it. But in the long run, you are not attaining it. Example, sometimes we think maybe if you have plenty money, you'll be okay.
That's what brings satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
That's what will bring you satisfaction.
In actual fact, almost everyone is in need of money. You see, but the problem is this: if the money comes to you and it becomes an addiction, addiction.
ADDI. Is it addiction or addition?
Addition.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You are adding it to your ego, your false identity. If it is helping your identity to be more false, then you are in trouble.
Okay.
That is why Christ said you can't worship God and mammon. You see, mammon means things which feed your ego. Anything which feeds your ego is part of the mammon. Even if, excuse me to say, your physical beauty feeds your ego, false identity, it is mammon. You see, if your knowledge, worldly knowledge, feeds your ego, then it is mammon. You see, anything which makes your ego fat is pressing down your spirituality, because it's like dust covering your spirituality.
Okay.
Your true nature, which is spirit, is being covered. And the more it gets covered, the more you are in trouble. You're confused about this world. Then you begin to think, why am I here in this world? Where did I come from? Where am I going? Because your spirit is crowded over by this lower frequency energies,
Okay.
just all over you.
Mm-hmm.
But then the knowledge that takes you out of it, that is what everyone should seek. And that is why Christ said, seek and you will find.
You will find.
Because if there is a book lying down containing so much knowledge, and inside the book is written, seek and you will find, it means it's not inside a book. It's not a book matter. You seek beyond the book and you will find.
All right.
Because if it is inside a book, he'll just tell you, open to blah, blah, blah.
All right. Amazing.
So, you see, the book is great.
Mm-hmm.
But then, one has to understand that the book is a pointer to the truth. But the book is not the truth. Mm-hmm. A pointer is not the truth itself. Mm-hmm. It is pointing to the truth. And where do you find the truth? It says, it is within you.
Mm-hmm.
In Luke 20:17,
mm-hmm.
they were asking Christ. And he said, the kingdom is within you. Kingdom. A king and his realm.
Wow.
Spirit should dominate mind and body. So they are your subjects. And you, the spirit, you are the king. That's why he says,
all right.
Know ye not that ye are gods.
Okay.
You have to dominate. You see.
All right.
So, you
Right.
want to ask.
Thank you so much. Your final words in a minute to those who are watching us who want to come to the realization of their spirituality. What do you have to tell them in a minute?
My advice
Mm-hmm.
is that, in actual fact, things which feed our ego,
Mm-hmm.
which make us proud,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, it only feed the things which cover your spirit.
Okay.
Because when you go into the spirit realization, automatically you'll be humble.
Mm-hmm.
It is the nature of God, very humble.
Okay.
You see, so we need to identify the fruits of the spirit. And if you haven't really gotten it, just be humble to inquire, seek, and you will find.
All right.
Yes. Continue to be a seeker of the truth in a humble approach. So the two words I use for beginners, or those who are seeking, is
Okay.
determination
Okay.
and humility.
Determination and humility. All right. So your name, your location, and your number for those who want to talk to you.
Yeah, Dr. Jan, or Dr. Baffour Jan.
Okay.
And I'm located at Kotoku, Ajin Kotoku.
Ajin Kotoku. And your number, sir?
And my number, I will give you two numbers.
Okay.
0242
Okay.
86
Okay.
00
Okay.
12.
Okay.
And the second one, 0550 590054.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.